right, back here doing a daily reading. I'm going to go through a little process I usually go through before I turn on the camera and all that. But I want to go ahead and do this. I kind of want to get acclimated back, to my cards again, especially when you get out of reading for a while or on a daily basis, especially with clients and stuff like that, which I have been recently. Um, yeah, you kind of get a bit disconnected. So, actually, something I like to do that works really well for me is I take my deck and I turn it upside down and I go through every card really quick. And the reason I do that is the subconscious already knows where everything's at. But this is basically for me a reassurance to the subconscious, and your subconscious is taking pictures of every little thing every second. So what it's doing is saying, okay, I know exactly where all these cards are. There's no questioning anything. I know where they're at. So this, to me personally, if I'm having some kind of an issue or something like that with reading, this is what I'll do. Just simply do that. Now this works better for me a lot of times than resetting the deck. Now sometimes I like to reset the deck, just take it apart and put it all back together. And putting it back together gives different types of readings too, such as if you put your major arcana on top, you put them on the bottom. How you set your wand, swords, cups, um, pinnacles, and everything up. And the deck seems like it comes out a little different for me. The readings come differently. I have a specific way that I like to set mine up. But, I think that's a personal thing. As long as it works for you. I personally like to try different things because some ways will give me a clearer reading than others. Either way, I haven't went through my entire process or anything, and this is what I normally do. I go through, I will surround myself in light. I'll say something to myself to get myself together. I get myself grounded, and by grounding, all simply do is I start by centering in the chest, seeing light, being a little speck of light in it, growing and growing and growing, and taking it through my entire body. And then I send a cord down through my root chakra, all the way down to the earth, and imagine it going like to the earth's core or whatever, and wrapping there, and then coming back into me. Um, so I do like to do that. I also like to clear negative energy. I use what is called a screen clearing, which I like very well. You can use as many screens as you want, but I usually use three. I imagine three screens being in front of me and standing in front of me, and then I step out of my physical body and go through that screen. And as I go through it all the negative energy sticks to that screen. And then the next screen will be a finer mesh, and I go through that, and the next one will be a super super fine mesh, and I'll go through that, and then in my mind I turn around, you know, put my hand out and make energy come out of my hand and dissipate those and send those out into the universe and allow it to deal with whatever it's going to do with the negative energy. Another thing you can do really, as far as grounding goes, grounding is very very important. Dealing with any kind of work. I am a medium, so I do a lot of different little rituals and stuff like that that other people don't do, which seems to work well for me. But you can imagine yourself growing roots, if have your feet flat on the ground, and roots going very very deep into the earth, and the negative energy draining out of you and going into the earth and allowing the earth to do what it wants to do with it. But I do the clearing, and then I'll surround myself. I usually say something like, I'm surrounded by the pure white light of God and Goddess. Nothing but good shall come to me, nothing but good shall go from me. And see light coming down through me. Now, there's what a lot of Reiki people, what they do is they run energy up from the earth and down from above. So you have both male and female energy. I do like to do that. I find I get more of a vibration with that. So with that, when you get yourself grounded and so forth, you bring the energy up, bring it up through you. Now I like to use opening my chakras. I surround myself first. Um, Now, as far as chakras go, they have what's called the eighth chakra, which is above, your crown, and this is your connection to what's out there beyond. And there are also other chakras that go up higher than that, but that's considered to be a very, very, very deep purple plum, very deep to black color that opens up. That you open that up and you imagine light coming down through that. Now, I've always done it with just bringing light down around me because I've done that for so many years, and what I just said. But also, I like to run the energy too. I like to open that up and bring that light into me. So the first thing I do is bring the light into me, and then, I surround myself. I make sure I get clear the negative energy from myself. Um, and also imagine this like little egg or bubble that comes around you, and imagine that it is around me. I see white light. Some people will see gold. I personally, I've always used the white light. So I do that, and I like to put this egg or bubble around me as well as using this energy, this light. I surround myself with that, and within it, I see like a fine mesh net type, which is the color gold. I like it very, very well. Uh, and put it around it for extra protection. But I'll imagine, in my mind, think about my hands going around this entire thing, and we all get rips and tears within our energy field. That's normal. When you become sensitive to energy, you'll be able to pick it up. So you fill it out, and I just feel like I kind of rub all over and think about the entire thing and any rips and tears within it being put back together. And you'll get rips and tears from things like negative energy. You get on Facebook and see a negative post and whatever, and that'll get you mentally going, and you start putting off negative energy. Well, that's of course always going to upset your personal energy, your personal balance. Um, so either way, I do that, and I'll also, before I read, I have a thing that I usually I like to say to myself. I take deep breaths and let them out. Take your breaths to where your stomach comes out. Your breathing is very, very important. Very, very deep breaths. This calms your mind, and also it helps release fears. Now it's proven fact now. They've proven that with very, very deep conscious breathing, that it is impossible for the mind. Because the oxygen that it puts in the mind and everything, that's actually impossible for the human mind to be able to produce all this fear and everything. It causes it to release. So, especially if you're new and reading and stuff like that, through your nose, out your mouth. Push it all out. Push all the negative out. I like to count. Usually, a lot of times, I like the number seven, and there's many different numbers and techniques you can use with breathing. I would look those up if you're interested. I mean, here on the internet you can find anything. So, but anyway, look those up. Take a look. See what works best for you. There's higher breathing techniques that are more difficult and stuff. But as you work as well, focus on your breathing. This helps keep your mind away from the logical mind jumping in and throwing things at you. If you lay the cards out and you're looking at the picture, and something in the picture jumps out, boom, or something else jumps out, has a connection, whether it be a song, if I can talk, a song, or it brings up a vision of you start seeing things clairvoyantly. A lot of people don't realize that they are clairvoyant. Everybody's really clairvoyant. If you dream, you're clairvoyant. And even if you don't dream, if you can stop and think about something, imagine, I don't know, a basketball in your mind, in your mind's eye, see it clearly. Well, you're using that as how clairvoyant vision, this vision that you're seeing in this basketball, this is how this works. And what works really well for me as far as using clairvoyance is I use pictures and stuff like that. Actually, I've got, I'll get it right here. I need to fix it. But this is a picture I like to stare at. I'll stare at this as if I'm looking through it, and I'll watch the different shapes move and so forth within it. And after doing this and doing this on a daily basis and regular basis, especially this right here, this works very, very well for me. That's the reason I have it propped up by my desk, so when I'm doing readings and stuff, I have a tendency, because a lot of the reading and everything is right brain, I look up off to the left a lot when I'm picking up clairvoyant stuff. So I keep it over there and I'll focus on it and just become calm and then see what comes to me. Well, it's the same thing as having a dream, or just like the if you just done the basketball experiment thing. That's how you're going to see things. But anyway, once I do this, and this all happens very, very quickly. I will open my chakras. Now, I've went through this before in another video. It's red down at the root. This is near your genitals, right, very at the very bottom. And you'll feel it. The more you work with them, you'll feel it actually start to go up your spine. It'll be a little tingle or vibration, and the more you do it, the clearer it'll become. And then it moves up, and this is actually all in your spine. But start to open it up as wide as you can, and see it spinning. Everything spins, and then go up to the next. It's red. The colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, blue, green, indigo, and violet. Now, some people do like to use white for the crown. I was taught violet. That's what I use. And I also think it has a very strong connection, because here on the planet we live in, these are the spectrums, the light that we see. So I have a strong connection with that. It makes more sense to me. Do what works for you. That's what's important always when it comes to tarot, when it comes to anything. Be yourself, be original, and do what works for you. We're all going to learn different pieces from different people. But the thing is, when you're doing what you've tried, what you've tested, different things you've tested out and so forth, find out what works and stick with it. There are some very basic things from some phenomenal readers out there, mediums and stuff, because I do stay in a lot of the medium circles. But they have very simple little techniques. Boom, boom, boom. They go through these, and that's it. That's what they do. And they do it every day, and they've been doing it for 20 years, 30, 40 years, and it works excellent for them. The thing is, find what works for you and use it. So anyway, I open the chakras, the next going up just below your navel, and the next going up just where your rib cage seems to come together, right in that area. That's where you'll feel it in your spine, come through. And the next is your heart. Your heart's always your balance, and that's where I start with the white light, is within the heart. Because when you're reading with anything, what you need to be reading more than anything is from the heart. When you open your heart, and then you open your third eye, this is where you're going to see a whole lot more. Your throat is how you communicate, and then the top, but from the heart above. But the thing is, I always do a chakra clearing at least once a week. I try once a week. When I'm reading on a regular basis, it's every day. You have to be able to do that. These are energy centers that are now, they're scientifically proven, blah, 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 blah. A lot of stuff that it's taken thousands of years to be proven by science. So either way, a lot of it, like I said, and it's intent. The thing is using your imagination. The more you use your imagination, that helps your mind connect and make things work. I've always, I can't remember who said it, but there was somebody that said, "Fake it till you make it." That's what you're going to do. Your imagination is very, very powerful, very, very strong. That's your imagination. Okay, that's how people make music, beautiful music. That's how artists do art and everything. It's all right brain thing. So what it becomes when you do this, you begin to connect with it and actually physically feel it, and it becomes more here on the material world, to where you make a connection with it. Anyway, I'll open all my chakras up. Your heart always has to be open. Because if you're not reading from your heart, your ego has a tendency to get in the way a lot better. So you open that, and you'll feel that too. Next is the throat, and it, like I said, everything, but you'll feel it. Open it up, third eye, which comes from the back, but it's there, and then above the head a little bit. But you'll feel pressure on the top of your head, or some kind of tingling or something on top of your head when you actually open that up. So anyway, I get all my centers open, and Now, I'm taking my glasses off because I don't like to read with my glasses. They give glare. I can't see the cards clearly. They seem to take away from my focus. And when I relax and try to focus, such as this picture that I'm focusing on over here, and become calm, that's when things start to move. And the picture just moved on me. I was standing up, it fell down. Pretty cool. Anyway, what I like to do is I have one little thing, such as the breathing. I'll do that like a few times, 3, 21. It's an important thing, but I'll do also 3 more breaths. But as I breathe in, as I breathe out, I'll think I invoke the light of the spirit here within. I'm a clear and perfect channel. I am love. I am light. Boom. On the out breath, I'll think that to myself. And boom, that's my technique. Then I'll shuffle, and I'll shuffle until something hits me that I feel that it's time to stop. Now, with me personally, a lot of times I'll feel tingling down through my legs, stuff like that. That's what works for me. So again, everybody's going to have different little things that work for them. So anyway, here we go. Quick, easy. Okay, and something I just realized I done right at the very end was guides. I think about guides there to guide me, and think, always give thanks first. That's my very first thing. Give thanks for that. Thank you for your help in the past. Um, I give thanks for your help in the past, and I ask that you please guide me to help me give the pure, to give a reading from the heart, and to show me the information that I'm supposed to see, and go from that. And then in my mind, boom, what is my daily question? Your question is very, very important, because again, you're dealing with your subconscious, you're dealing with everything. Question, very, very important. So my question is, show me how my day is going to go, the highlights of my day. There it is. Woo! I feel it. Anyway, I know this is a long video, but I want to give different techniques. Everybody does things differently. Usually, I have a candle laying out here. Um, you know, that's a good thing. Oh, yep. A lot of this makes sense. Major changes going on for me today, which does make sense because of the fact that yesterday I was picking up a lot of stuff on a psychic level. Aha. I pull an extra card sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I need to. It just all depends on how I feel about it. So And the very bottom card, I always look what's the underneath underlining. You know, I got sun card. Beautiful, beautiful, wonder, vibrant, new life, new energy. But also, I get this with the weather as well, and it happens to be very sunny. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this video done so I can go outside and play. Woohoo! Anyway, this is what I got for the day. Oh no, not that. Yes, the death card. Death card. Massive, drastic change. I feel it. I feel it coming on. I felt it for a few days, and this is what I tell everybody. I just had a very strong energy hit there. Look at your card. What stands out? What stands out to me more than anything is the sun in this. So again, the last time I think I got this card, it wasn't bad either because the sun stood out. Death is always about transformation, letting go, and if the more you hang on to things, the harder it's going to be. It may be difficult. You may have to go through a lot of things. And I think about death as we go through death, the things that we judge ourselves on. A lot of things of that manner. But what this is telling me, with that light standing out, is saying, one door closes, another door opens. There's something brand new that's getting ready to open up for you. So this is something that's very, very important. Now, what's standing out, I don't know what this is. I think it's a saddle or something that's connected to the horse, but it seems like it goes down and connected to the horse's spine. But this seems to be important too. To me, all of a sudden, it looks and reminds me of hips, which it may be the hips of the skeleton dude that's riding the horse. Which makes sense to me too, because I'll get issues with my back and stuff like that, and hips. And I have been having some issues, so maybe that's the area that needs to be popped, because I'm going to the chiropractor here in a couple of days for an alignment. So maybe that is going to tell me that being moved is going to move the other part. It's all like one big, one part gets out, the other part gets out. And the red stands out, very aggressive. The rose, very aggressive, but it makes me think of blood. Okay, so blood. This could be blood, I think of, and every time is going to be different. But this time I almost think of there's a connection with family. There's family connection there. So that's what the transformation is going to have to do with. And there's a boat. Okay, anyway, things don't look good. To me, there's a lot of deception, and I have a connection with this, and I've been emotionally picking this up. But central card, not very good. I get temperance. Actually, I got 3 major arcana cards. I got temperance, and temperance is reversed. Not a great thing. I'm going to go ahead and go through my cards here. I have the moon card. That's my final. Deceptions and everything. That's how I read it. Some people read it differently. It's how you do it. And I have the 5 of Cups reversed for the next card that I pulled. That with the Sun card with this death. It's saying there's going to be a lot of difficulties. There's going to be a lot of changes. Another thing about temperance here. Temperance is always about excessiveness. When it comes up reversed, too much. You'll find people who drink too much. Things of this manner. This seem to stand out. But it's about excessiveness, doing too much, people not mixing, like oil and water. They're not going together, they're not mixing. So there's going to be a breakaway, a change with the death card in here. So it may well could be somebody I know, or something that has a connection with a family that creates an issue and it creates a problem. And again, with daily readings, it could be somebody that's around you, not just you. It could be somebody that's close to you, a significant other. It could be a child, or it could be a family member, or just close friends. So those are things that you need to watch out for about how are these playing out in my day. But yeah, definitely a central issue is about somebody being too excessive. One part that stood out, it reminds me of the earth. In this one here, right there, this blue spot, but it reminds me of how Earth, how you would see it from space. And I'm hearing planet instead of Earth. I'm here planet. And this is a good thing. If you start to open up and make communication with things that are out there, or whatever, your higher self, whatever you want to call it to me, I have guides, I feel them kind of around. I am clairaudient as well, so I'll hear things. Oh, okay. I'm thinking death, planet, not the death of the planet. We won't be here. Um, anyway, the next thing, I got the moon card. The moon is something about, and it's funny because the sun card is on the bottom, so you have day and night there going on. But the moon card in this one here, what really seems to stand out is a lot of times I have a connection with the mother because it is moon. With this, and well, I was talking about family, so there could very well be that as well. But the little crustacean down here, in this particular deck, the Tarot Illuminati, this is the standard issue. It's a smaller deck. Um, Paper stock's a little bit different, but it's got a lobster, and that stands out to me, and it stands out to me as more that thick shell, that hard, thick shell, that outer toughness, you know. It seems to be on, and his pincer stands out. So being a little, defensive about something, some kind of secret, something that's hidden, and it seems to me some kind of secret that hasn't quite come to light, but it's going to come to light. It's like being nighttime, but with this card, you see the sun is right behind it. It's coming up. It's putting out its own inner. It's light as well, but the color of this tells me that the sun is on the way. And it's also tell me a lot of confusion, such as when you were a kid, you were afraid of the dark and stuff like that. So you're having a lot of confusion that is going on. So not to make any major life decisions right now. Today's not the day for that. You're going through a major transformation. You may even lose contact with somebody. Now this, I do get a lot of drugs and alcohol, so there could be drugs and alcohol that's involved with somebody that has something to do with this as well. But with that moon card, it's basically you need to let your head clear, let the confusion clear before you really make major decisions. Now another thing, I all these are major cards, major arcana cards, so these are outer forces that are everything's changing, and the decisions that I make on what to do, which this is a very good indication that obviously I'm making some good decisions on what to do with this, because the sun card is the underlying thing saying, the sun, the bright, okay, and I get child, so a good thing for child, good thing. But what I come up with is Five of Cups reverse, so things that you've had regrets for, and so forth. This was the extra card that I pulled, and it come up reversed. That it's over with. It's starting to get over. And a lot of this I get, when it is upright. Don't cry over spilled milk or whatever. And it's basically what it is you're looking more on a positive thing, especially with the sun being underneath there. So taking all this negative energy that seems to be. I mean, we've got the Death card. We have Temperance reversed. We have the Moon card. We got a lot of very major negative energy going on there. But what it's telling me is, personally, that it's moving you into a more positive direction. So that Five of Cups is saying whatever regrets and so forth that's going on, kind of get over it. It's time to let it go. Things are going to start getting better, but you're going to have to go through this phase. Today I'm going to see and watch this begin to play out. This is a brand new phase that's starting. Within my life, and it will be triggered today, such as if you follow astrology, certain things are triggered, and from that point out you move forward. So this is great to do these, because this clearly shows me, okay, today is very paramount as far as a major change coming in my life. So what I need to do is take this with, no matter how difficult or how hard, I need to look at this in a matter of, this is a positive way to move forward. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. I didn't mean for it to take so long. I appreciate it if you do watch it all the way through. It's like 30 minutes. And, please come and visit me, scottstarot.com. Hook up with me on Facebook. I've got a really old Hermit's Vision old Facebook page, or just hook up with me on my Facebook page, Scott Dodson. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.